Welcome to Rocky Canyon! And today spawning in the northwest corner of the map in red, we've got the Mista playing as the French. And his opponent today in the southeast, playing in blue, we've got Divine DFP playing as the Chinese. Welcome everyone to this Age of Empires forecasted game on Rocky Canyon, a fantastic map for Age of Empires 4. Now this tournament, hosted by EGC TV, is the Call to Arms tournament match between the Mista and Divine. So big shout out to that organization, a fantastic organization for Age of Empires 4, pretty much propping up the esports scene for Age of Empires 4 right now. And well, it's an interesting map. We've got plenty of things on offer. You've got the relics, you've got the sacred sites. Let's take a look at the sacred sites. Got one in the middle, as you'd expect. One on the east side, which is a little bit closer to Divine, and one on the west side, a little bit closer to the Mista. We've got trade possibilities, but the trade landmarks, or the trade posts rather, aren't particularly great for trade, kind of in the middle of the map. But it is a possibility. We've got wood, of course, as you'd expect, but the wood is kind of scarce on this map. You've got two kind of close by wood lines to each player. But you do have a neutral one in the middle, and for some strange reason, you've got one closer to the Mista. I think these are supposed to be two neutral wood lines. Perhaps this one is supposed to be a little bit closer to Divine, so that's a bit unfortunate for Divine, but one thing that is fortunate for him are the relic positions. He's kind of got 3 relics on his side of the map, which is quite nice. In terms of gold, you've got 1 primary gold, as you'd expect. A couple more gold veins a bit closer to the middle of the map, and I think actually kind of favors... well, it's an interesting one. I think this is a neutral one, to be fair. There's kind of 2 neutral golds. And let's take a look at water. There's no real benefit to water here. There's no shore fish to be had. In any case, Scout coming back home for the Mista to bring some sheep. And plenty of villagers on sheep, 10 of them. 2 villagers on gold, so expecting maybe a French Royal Knight early, but no real kind of eco upgrades will be coming out for the French early on. And for the Chinese, well, we shall see what they decide to do. They have the capabilities of going very booming, like plenty of villages to be produced with the Song Dynasty, maybe multiple town centers. The French might want to punish that, but the one thing that's good for the French is that it could actually get multiple town centers themselves. Their town centers actually work faster than other civilizations' town centers. So, you know, villagers could be coming out for the French too, we shall see. It's going to be the School of Cavalry building with about 4 villages there, so it's a pretty decent timing, not the fastest for the French to get that French Royal Knight out, but certainly a Royal Knight will be coming out most likely. See the Chinese getting plenty of food, looking to age up with probably, I mean, I think against the French you kind of need to go for the Barbican and the Sun, right? On the static defenses, maybe in this position here to protect the gold. He's going to need to certainly protect that gold if he wants to get to that castle age at some point. We shall see. We could also go for the Imperial Academy and then transition it into getting some spearmen. He is sending a villager forward to get that Barbican. It's actually quite a nice spot. It's going to... I mean, it doesn't actually defend this gold, to be fair. It's kind of a tricky one. It defends the deer pack and this gold. Maybe getting a sacred second TC here maybe could be good. We shall see. Maybe walling up a little bit to protect the gold could be an option. But certainly an interesting spot for that Barbican in the Sun. And we see the School of Cavalry almost finished, building with 4 villages. About 3/4 of the way there. And yeah, I mean, it's an interesting dynamic. I think generally the French want to be aggressive, but they don't have to be. I think it's something that's overlooked for the French because they do have a decent late game, especially with trade involved, and they can actually produce a lot of villages very fast with their multiple town centers if they go for that. The Chinese maybe do it a little bit better, but we'll see. He's already on stone actually with 1 villager. That's kind of surprising. I'm not entirely sure what that's about. Maybe that's actually really surprising. Is that for a slow second town center? Quite possibly, but it's a strange one. A lot of villagers going to be moving off of the town center, the landmark rather, to go to stone. So it's going to be a second town center play here by the Mista. Nice and early. Has queued up that... Oh, it's going to queue up for a horseman. It's not going to be a Royal Knight. Okay. Mista changing it up a little bit. I guess that kind of makes sense with only 2 villages on gold. He's going to go for the double broadaxe. So he's going to go for eco upgrades. He's just going to skip the knight. And now he's going to get a horseman first and going to be running into the Barbican. Just annoying and just pushing the deer really far away from each other, it seems. And at the same time, well, the Chinese are going to be building that Imperial Academy with 3 villagers. So we'll be activating that Song Dynasty for faster villager production. Scout's going to meet in the middle with the horseman actually poking and prodding. I think he's trying to kill the sheep, is he? Yeah, he's targeting the sheep first. Yeah, there we go. He snipes the sheep, backs away there, the Mista. A little bit less food coming in now for the Chinese because of that. Alright, well, the food coming in for the French. Just about time, really. Now, the second TC time is going to be pretty nice for the Mista, actually. Probably around about the 6th minute mark. He does need to mine a little bit more stone. But we'll get there in good time. Alright, the Imperial Academy almost done. Now he will actually be able to get some new Imperial officials from that. Tax collection supervision will be important. Question is whether Divine decides to go for a second town center. I think he probably has to, right? Question is whether he scouted the stone. I think he did, actually. Let's take a look if he sees it on his fog of war. It's difficult to tell, actually. Bit of an observer bug there, I think. Horsemen going to be pushing off any villages that could have been on goal, but there are none. And, well, it's going to be getting enough wood for a production building here, Divine, if he so chooses to do so. He's not yet on stone, so it does appear like he's going to get some units out, and it's going to be a barracks opening. That'll be nice to deal with the horseman that is on the field. Alright, well, wait, hang on a minute. So, okay, well, this is interesting. The Mista is still on stone. He's going to go for that second town centre on the boar, gold, and wood. That's actually a great second town centre position. Because it actually kind of gives access to the deer in some ways as well. It just protects it a little bit. But what's kind of crazy is he's still on stone. So it could be a third town centre potentially here for... Well, I mean, it's going to be, right? There's no other real explanation for that. So, well, it's not going to be the Chinese only booming today. The French are doing it too. And I think, I mean, I'm kind of surprised because we don't see it very often. But at the same time, we kind of understand that the French can do this. So Spearman going to protect the villagers on stone for now. And, well, he will get that second town centre Song Dynasty going here for the Chinese. But, you know, he's going to be pretty much neck and neck for villager count for a little while at least. And no real other aggression coming out from the French. Just one horseman to start things off. Alright, we've got a boom fest on our hands, guys, on Rocky Canyon today. Question is, where does he go for the next town centre? Possibly here for the deer pack? We'll have to see. Maybe between the two woodlands just to shore up the wood income. Remains to be seen. Alright, we're going to head into almost the 8th minute mark of the game. And, well, he's got enough wood. And now he's got enough stone. Wait. Yeah, he does indeed. It looks like he's going to come down the southwest of the map. Okay, yeah, it's going to protect the berries and the wood. I think it's more just to offer like a line of protection. If he could wall up to the edge of the map, that would be a nice bit of protection for him. And the berries and the deer pack that's actually back here. Not too bad. Now, in case of the Chinese, where do they go for the second town centre? That's the question. Could go on the deer pack. Like, yep, that's exactly what he does. He goes for the deer pack, which we kind of thought could be the case earlier on in the game. Question is he's probably going to stay on 2 town centre Song Dynasty, right? That's what the Chinese often do. And he could be the aggressor because, like, the French, they're going to really chew through food. Like, they're going to need a lot of food income. Good thing he's got the boar. I suspect he might transition onto deer pack, but it looks like he's going to go to gold as well. So he's going to be looking to get that castle age behind this. 3 town centre castle age play here for the French. It's unexpected. Yeah, he does go for the deer. I wonder if he's got survival techniques. A very common technology that was gathered or, you know, researched for gathering deer, and that's exactly what's happened. He does have survival techniques. I wonder if he's got a scout to push the deer pack a little bit close to the mill. That kind of would optimize things a little bit more. Well, speaking of optimization, we do have a decent number of these Imperial officials now for the Chinese. 4 of them. That's the maximum number he can get, so he's optimizing his economy. Going for an archer range and double barracks, so possibly spearmen and Chukanu. And it's going to be walling up the east side here, the Mista. Gives him a lot of protection. I think from a walling perspective, Mista's got quite a good base. Wait a minute. That's kind of unusual. He's going to go for the forward stone mine. I think maybe just to get as much stone as he possibly can. But it's a bit awkward because he's still got stone left on this one. But I think maybe he's just conscious of the fact that he might be pushed very soon. And so he'd rather get the stone that's a bit more exposed on the map. Wait a minute. But the question is, you have to ask yourself, why is he on stone? That's kind of crazy. 6 villagers on stone. Maybe for... Wait a minute. He's got 3 town centres. Surely he's not going to go 4 town centres, is he? He could quite possibly. The wolf deciding to go to the town centre. Ooh, will he get the villager kill? Oh, does he? Oh, he survives. On 2 HP. That was close. Horseman being chased by the spearman just a little bit with the scout. And yeah, we talked about it before, just walling up a little bit, just after that protection. It's going to go up to the castle age, the Mista with the guild hall. Gets there a bit faster. The 5 villager lead. Plenty of villagers on gold, so, well, it's kind of interesting. He's got so many villagers on gold. Kind of the macro is a bit weird at the moment. It's going off to berries. Well, 59 villagers for the Mista. I mean, he's actually booming harder than Divine. And the thing is, it's up to almost 11 minutes and he's only produced 1 horseman. This whole game, the Mista. It's going to be facing up with 18 units from the Chinese. A mixture of Spearmen and Chukunu. These villagers from the Mista have to back away. He's going to lose a couple if he doesn't. Does lose 1 already. But this is super greedy from the French. And this is a really weird match to watch. I mean, I'm wondering what he's thinking about here. He's going to go for the guild hall as well. Really playing it super late. Kind of makes sense. I mean, he hasn't got any units to upgrade with the Royal Institute at this point, but this is a strange game because Divine's going to move in with 26 units and he's going to break his way through and he's going to surely take out this town center. I wonder whether Mista just needs to evacuate with the villagers, right? Because like this is not going to work. Strangely enough, he could have just gone round to be fair, but decided to break through. He must cause some damage. Now, the Mista does get to that castle age. This kind of makes the pressure from Divine a little bit more needed, right? He needs to actually do some damage now that he's an age behind. Villager might just try and wall that up. No, I think this is a rally point for the Mista. Quite possibly. Yeah, the rally point's a bit awkward. Loses another villager. Trouble is it hasn't done that much damage yet, Divine's got 34 units. The villagers come out the east side. Are they? They're going to go the west side? A bit indecisive, it seems. Did take the large proportion of that boar meat. 3/4 of it. Yeah, it's going to keep the villagers alive going eastwards. But look at the villager lead. About 9 villagers. It is an age up, but it's not produced any units. Is this like a no unit challenge or something? Look at the gold income. Like, this is kind of crazy. 1,500. Wait a minute. He's going fast Imperial. Look at the food count. And this is kind of crazy. I think I know what he's doing now. He's going to go with the Red Palace. And the reason why that might be significant is, well, the Red Palace has got a recent upgrade, a recent buff to it in recent patches. It actually increases the strength, or at least the attacking power of town centers. It's kind of crazy, actually. It actually adds the arbalest emplacement on all keeps and town centers. And this is kind of crazy. It's an interesting thing. We've not really seen this being utilized all that much, but we're seeing it today with the Mista and with the French. It's really going up with 20 villagers. He wants that quick time. And the thing is that the army that's coming out from the Chinese, they cannot push the town center. Sure, he's going to get the guild hall. He's going to get this town center. He's only killed 2 villagers, which is about the same as he's lost. And the crazy thing is that, I mean, this is going to be hard to push for the Chinese. He's going to need he's going to need trebuchets, right? He's going to need to go to the castle age. But he's invested so much in the field age. And these units are kind of useless now to try and push this main heart of the base. Like, he can't push this area. Not with the arbalest emplacement. I'll just show you guys what it does. It's like 10 tiles range and 60 arbalest range damage. And the attack speed is only 1.5 seconds. So it's kind of, the attack speed rather, is kind of, yeah, it's kind of crazy. This town center will be totally safe. And he can't come close with these units. He might try it, and I hope he does try it, just to show you how crazy it is. Yeah, village on the east side going to berries and stone, so maybe looking to get a keep, I think, the Mista, possibly. We shall see. But yeah, it's got a lot of army here. 50 units for Divine. Now, if you think about it, these 50 units could have funded Imperial Age, or has funded Imperial Age for the Mista if he was going to go for something equivalent. But Divine will probably want to go to the next stage right now. I think he might be caught in a trap because he's in feudal age, right? Against Imperial Age army. I don't think he can really fight this. Like, we're going to see knights coming out soon. Now, these are only veteran royal knights. He's going to want to get that elite upgrade soon, but does Divine push this or not? I'm not sure. I mean, the thing is, the rams even get chewed. I'll show you guys. If he goes for it, if he actually tries to ram the buildings down, you'll see how much the damage comes out. Now, TCs tend to not really do much damage at all to rams, but not these ones. These have been upgraded. Just needs to get... Okay, that's kind of great. There's also the Red Palace firing off as well, right? Yeah, look at the rams. I mean, he doesn't even need villagers to burn this down. Like, rams are being picked apart just by the town center. It's going to go with the astronomical clock tower to get to the castle age here, Divine. You will get there quick time with 17 villagers building it. Going to go around the west side. Now, Mista needs to be careful because he's kind of got wood exposed, right? He does have a wood line on the east side, though, that he could potentially rely on. He may have to. The trouble is for Divine, his army is so static, it's infantry. He can't just ride from one side of the map to the other. There is that castle age. It does lose those 2 rams. And well, he's only actually got a handful of production buildings. Does have the School of Cavalry. 2 further stables. He is now looking to invest in more. But the crazy thing is that, well, behind this, Divine has got the farming transition online. In terms of relics, no one's gone for any of the relics at this point. Well, obviously Mista went straight super fast for the Imperial Age. Villages on berries here might be a little bit exposed. Mista needs to react, loses 1, loses 2, loses 3, possibly a 4th. He gets away with it. But look at the damage coming out from the town center. Absolutely killing those Chukunu. He needs to save those villages on berries. He does there, Mista. Oh, he's going to get some value of his own with knights. Divine needs to pull away from that, but I don't think he's going to get away too much. 4 very weak villagers. I think they all will go down. Although, actually, they might be surviving with a couple from the town centre. At least 3 of them do. Okay, well, that's not too bad in the end. Just losing 1 villager out of all of that. Villager lead 94 versus 88. He's going to get another town centre on the gold. Just dotting himself around the map extensively. Oh, this is a big pick off. He actually has an outpost that he could garrison inside, but he's not. Oh, that's rough. He's rough. But he does need to back away there, Mista. He might lose his knights to the Chukunu otherwise. He does indeed. Getting the blacksmith upgrades is Divine quite nicely. No blacksmith upgrades for the French just yet, but it's going to cause havoc. Now, the thing is for the Chinese, yeah, this is what he needs to do. He needs to wall up. Like, he can't have knights just running around his base. It's so painful for that to happen. The mobility certainly in the way of the French. Is going to get some relics hopefully in that monastery at some point, but he does need to make sure that his base is walled off. He's not out of this yet, Divine, but he needs to be careful. He needs to be careful that he doesn't get overrun with Imperial Age units. We'll take some time. Oh my god, okay, another... Wait, how many town centers has he built? It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And don't forget the early one that was burnt down. So that was 7 town centers. Or the knights diving in. This is a problem for Divine. Like, he's going to lose a lot of units. And the microphone Mista, if it's good, he'll just escape. I mean, he could even just take that fight to be honest, but probably won't. And he just needs to run around, causing havoc. He's killed 14 villagers so far. More knights coming in on that wood line. Looking painful. Yeah, at this point, Mista just needs to keep his units alive and running around if he can. There's a lot of units here for Divine though still. 68 units. Wait a minute, another town centre? I think it's 8 town centres now in total. Gonna get the university, gonna get biology, no doubt about it. Yeah, it's almost like he's just going full knights at this point. Archery range is pretty redundant at this point. Does he have the elite upgrade? Not yet. Struggling to afford that. But would be a nice upgrade to get eventually. 1 relic is deposited in the Chinese monastery. I think Divine is trying to look to play the late game now at this point. Which the Mista will be kind of happy with, I suppose. He's survived this long. And he's caused quite a few villager kills already. Getting a forward outpost just for that vision. The knight might just dive in there on some of the weak villagers. Backs off for now. Knight just forcing villagers to garrison inside the outpost. Will back away. Would like to see the Mista get some upgrades. He's doing just that now. Getting Iron Undermesh first, and then the Royal Bloodlines as well at the same time. Also getting a Mangonel, which would actually be really good for him. If he can protect the Mangonels, will do great against the Spearmen. He does need to counter the Spearmen because a lot of them. That's 9 town centres now apparently. The crazy thing is that the town centres really double up as a defensive position. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It almost reminds you of the Delhi Sultanate, right? With the village fortress upgrades from the compound of the defender, making their keeps into town centre. So they've got a keep and a town centre rolled into one. Almost feels the same with these town centres, these French town centres. A hard farming transition for the Mista, but that will set him up for the late game pretty well. As we head into almost the 20th minute mark. Quite a few weak knights there. Okay, Stonewall's coming up for the Chinese, so he's certainly going to look to try and extend this one to the late game. Oh, Mista trying to go for another TC. I think this is this the 9th one or the 10th one? I've lost count now. Either way, he's trying it. Setting the villagers now. Oh, the units actually spot that. Mista heads back. Probably a good thing to get out of there. A couple more knights just losing their lives, but just running around. Yeah, it's going to have to cancel that. I mean, he could go back now, actually, to be fair. The army's not there anymore. Yeah, he's going to go with the knights. I don't think he's given up that idea, because this is kind of strong. If you can deny the gold, He could just try and deny all the key resources on the map, but no, he decides against it and is going to try and defend it. But look at the town center, absolutely wrecking these units. And in fact, this town center is actually shooting as well. The range is insane. I mean, he can't take this fight, Divine. There's just no way he can do this. He's going to try and torch it down with the spears, maybe try and get some villagers, but this is not a good idea. He needs siege. He needs it bad. He's just completely melting units. He might take out one town center, but then what? He's got another like 8 to get rid of. Going to try and break through on the east side. I'm trying to get some stone. But certainly the Great Wall of China being exhibited here today in Age of Empires. But wait, the villagers got... wait, anyway, he's trying to get through again. Oh, the knight's going to keep this open. That's actually a problem for Divine. He's invested so much stone, but there's a weakness in this wall. Villagers should get through, and will they get the town center up or not? I'm not so sure. He tries to get the blocking in with the walls, but he doesn't quite manage it. These are elite knights. Still Imperial Age versus Castle Age. There are quite a few spearmen there. The Mista has to back away. He's going to try and drag the army. And I think this is a decent trade-off. Like, okay, he's going to lose a lot of units, but he will get that town center, at least for the later parts of the game. That'll be difficult to deal with. And he's just dotted himself all the way across the map on key resources. Here comes that Mangonel. Now, Mangonel Royal Knight could be a really interesting combination. 18 units versus 71, but these are super, super premium units. Still kind of crazy it's getting away with it. Mangonel shot, huge Mangonel shot on the spearman. The Knight's going to dive in. Another Mangonel shot going to be coming out soon. He hits the spearmen that are chasing. And I think he just overruns this. The Mist is going to kill everything here, even with the numbers advantage. These are just squishy units for the French Royal Knights. No problems for the French on this west side. On the east side, villagers gathering berries still. But yeah, this is a problem for Divine. He's lost a lot of units. He dived so much into that town center trying to take it out, but he didn't manage it. And he's lost so many units to the French Royal Knights. These guys are fully upgraded, it seems. Especially with the ranged armor. He's got incredible ranged armor. This is a problem for Divine. He needs a different solution. He does get the walls up in the end, and he's trying to extend them pretty nicely. He's got 2 Sacred Sites, trying to get a keep in the middle. The trouble is, the Mista, this is crazy how Divine just has so few units now. The Mista, pound for pound, these units are just so good. He's going to kill villagers as well, down to 119 villagers. He's lost 22 so far. And he's going to sacrifice a lot to get this keep. Oh, the Knights are going to charge in. That Spabham situation for Divine. Sure, he might get the keep up, but he's going to lose a lot of villagers in the process. He does get it. The garrison, yep, but only 7 remain. That is not what he would have wanted now. I mean, the Knights, they just can go past this, right? They don't have to worry at all. Going to go straight for the wood line. Oh no, don't turn back. Go straight for the wood line. Oh, that's a massacre. And all he has to do is ride right in, right? He might even, yeah, he's going to split a couple of bit of units just on the farming economy. This is bad for Divine. There's no way to stop this. He was not fully walled up. The keep didn't go up in time, and now, I mean, Mista's even going to take this fight on the front lines and clear everything up. This is a bad situation for Divine. Farming economy completely idle. He's only got 3 villages on food. That is not going to be enough to sustain any sort of military production. I'm going to go with the Great Wall Gatehouse, but possibly at the worst possible time because he doesn't have any unit support. As I say that, I mean, he's got 41 units, 42 units, but these are Castle Age units, and they're very squishy, and he doesn't have the mobility that he wants. He's down to 100 villagers, 49 villager kills. These French Royal Knights are killing everything, and, well, he just doesn't have as many town centers to reproduce villagers from. A solitary ram going to take out valuable HP on that Great Wall Gatehouse. A couple of Knights in the south, getting poked and prodded by spearmen, but, you know, he's just got so many units at the back of the base. Makes it very difficult for Divine to reliably gather resources. He's trying to go back to the farms again with his villagers. He's going to protect them with the spearmen, going to try and corner this group of these Knights. Should pick off a couple of them with the crossbows. But if Mista's careful about it... Oh no, he's not careful about it. He's going to ride in. And I think it's a fight that, you know, the Chinese will be happy with. Does back off now, but he lost so many there, the Mista. But he caused a lot of damage to... Oh no, this is going to be a massacre on the wood line. Oh, it's a distraction. These villagers have to get out of there, but they're not. Oh, they're going to ride right into the horde of Knights, and the Knights are going to kill everything. Oh no, that's so terrible for Divine. He's down to 87 villagers, 150 villagers for the Mista, and he is pumping units. Heading to the 24th minute mark. There's just not a lot here. Trying to transition into hand cannoneers, but hasn't got the farming economy set up for that. I mean, he's got the farming like logistically there, but he's not safe for farming. The crossbows are going to be working hard to take out as many of the Knights as possible, but the Knights are focusing on villagers. I think Mista smells blood. He's going to have to back away from that fight, though. He can't win that. Did cause a lot of damage. But the walls need to be finished. It's not been safe for a while here for the Chinese. He's also stealing his gold. Another town center. I think it's the 10th town center. And maybe Mista just regroups here. We'll see. He's got plenty of gold in the bank. And he did have the guild hall, don't forget. What's that set to? Stone. He could spam keeps, or even more town centers at this rate. Doesn't even need keeps. Alright, well, farming is back online for the Chinese, at least temporarily. But down to 89 villages is not good. Oh no, there's villagers here trying to take out the outpost, but there's a French Royal Knight there, dishing out all sorts of damage. A couple of spearmen though, will take care of that. Yeah, that will be taken care of, but God knows how many villages that guy killed. Oh no, another group of knights coming in, 29 of them. Those villagers on the woodline, not safe at all, get a massive surround. A painful death for them. At least, wait, well, one surviving. That's kind of generous. They're just leaving them alive to tell the tale of future Chinese villagers. Either way, the knight's going to ride right back into that wood, that food eco. This could be GG. The villagers are tumbling down in numbers. The farms are completely vacant. 46 or so of these knights, or 33 of these knights, causing so much mayhem. And well, the food income absolutely zero at the moment. Got one villager on food. That is not great for Divine. And it's just going to burn the town centers down. I think this could be GG. That doesn't feel like there's any way back for Divine. I mean, he might take a last fight, but it'd be a last-ditch effort. It does have a decent number of hand cannoneers though, so the knights might just die of this. But the trouble is that the Mista can just reproduce that army very, very quickly, considering the eco he's got. He's up to 189 population here, Mista. Only 150 for Divine, coming in with a second group of knights. And this is probably going to be the main fight. Maybe he just turns around and... Oh no, that's bad. That's bad. There's a lot of villagers going down on that wood line. Now, there are a couple of hand cannons that will take care of that. But he's lost a lot of villagers. Down to only 78 villagers. Lost 100. Oh, another group of knights coming in for the Mista on that farming economy. The units are just not mobile enough for Divine. He's kind of baited him a little bit with this horde of knights. And it's left the farming completely idle and vacant. He had to. The knights just coming again from Mista, all left, right and center from every direction. And he's down to 63 villagers. Again on that wood line. Okay, the hand cannons will take care of this finally. But his eco's been idle for so long. The knights might just group up together and take one last fight. That's the question. Will he take the fight? Yeah, I think he will. I think this is enough now. He's got a lot of knights in one group, one screen. He might just turn and fight, but he could just keep running around all day. Since the Imperial Age and now Divine, trying to catch up to them, but he just can't quite do it. And he hasn't even bothered with chivalry here, the Mista. Doesn't see the need for it. Just continues to spam out, and he's going to lose the Great Wall Gatehouse with plenty of rams, 7 rams. The rams get into the eco. Just take out the production. That will be game over. I think it already is game over. 46 villagers. Mista coming in with huge amounts of knights. Coming in again on that farming transition. The farming has just never been safe. And things escalating. 45 villagers. I think it's just going to be a matter of time. Divine, he's going to run into problems with the knights running around on the farming economy again. The Chinese villagers were never really safe. And the Mista comes in with what is a really strange French strategy. Probably the cheesiest I've seen. But holy moly, did it work well. Hope you guys enjoyed the casted game. Take care, and see you next time.